This is the Doomtombpodcast, a podcast for all things stoner, doom, and sludge. My name is Chris. I am your host, and today we have some first-hand experience. Literally, that is the title of the album. The band is called Shepherd. It is out now on Destruent Records. The link is in the show notes. Now, before we go into the interview, I got to warn you, it got a little weird. It got a little strange. I do not want to be the person editing this. That's why I give it to Ian. Ian, do your best. Here is the interview right now. Again, we are back in Colorado, Denver to be specific. And look, we've said this before time and time again, Denver is heavier. And here is just another example of this. These are the guys in the band Shepherd. Gentlemen, can you please introduce yourselves?
Howdy, my name's Holden. I play bass and main vocal for Shepherd.
My name's Austin Garrett, and I play guitar and do like backup vocals, and sometimes I sing by myself.
Nathan Bilodeau, and I'm on the drums.
Slaps the skins.
Exactly. Thanks, guys. Now, okay, so the album is called First Hand. I don't even know why we're waiting. Let's get right into the material. So we've got the first track, Sea Cave, and upon me, when the first time I heard it, I was like, we got some feedback going. There's a huge opening with this like mantra-like kind of droning riff and a mantra-like vocal.
Sea Cave was actually, I think, the very first song that we ever wrote together. And back then, that was like kind of just like we're trying to make as much material as we could. But it was the first song, and we played it first for every show, or almost every show leading up to when we go to record. So we thought it was fitting to kind of put it first on the album and put like our best foot forward and see how it went, you know. But yeah, it was the first one we ever wrote together.
It sets the tone well.
You know what? You're 1,000% correct. I almost got this feeling. So during listening to the entire album, this song is the start of a storm of sorts, and I feel like it shows the brewing of something that's really, I don't know if it's going to be dangerous. I don't know where it's going to go. I mean, we'll talk about it in a minute, but yeah, it's a perfect beginning to ramp up the album to make sure that everybody is ready for what to come. So we're going to move forward to the second track, Chariot. Now, we've got the syncopating rhythm, and this is the first time that I actually felt like I heard something reminiscent of a Sully Erna style vocal, but a little bit darker. Even elements of Maynard from Tool.
I'm always surprised when people kind of throw out like big influences like that in big bands, but that's cool. I think the most interesting thing about that song is that bridge part. When we were in the studio, that bridge part didn't even necessarily exist. It was something that we came up with like on the fly.
Yeah, we didn't
something
have
that we adapted while we were in the studio, and I think that's kind of like the hook to the song, and I think that's why people like it so much and people respond to it so much. But that was something we just kind of came up with because for whatever reason we felt like something wasn't working with it, but it kind of turned into its own thing and like our most popular song on the release.
And it was my excuse to have the slide solo because I just.
That one sounds the other one.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Song's good though. Rips.
Song's all right.
Whatever. It's still cool.
The song is good. And that's it. Look, you know it either hits you or it doesn't, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you guys on, because I was feeling something with this. I thought this, when I hear something that resonates, I got to have people on to hear like, really, what's the story? Let's discuss this. So, before we go into the next track, and Nate, I apologize. Did you have anything to add to this, to Chariot or to Sea Cave?
No, not really. I kind of lurk in the shadows. I play the drums.
He's gonna say that all the time, and he has a bunch of influence on the songs. He wrote really good drum parts for it.
You know what? And
he
won't tell you, but I'm gonna say something for him.
Okay.
He hates playing the ending of that song. He hates it.
He hates playing the ending of that song.
That's
just the fast part at the end.
It kills him.
Yeah, we just came up with that randomly, and I was like, "That's sick. We should do like power metal." Fucking drums on it, so he's like catching the cymbal and shit. And he has to do the stop part, and he only likes to do it with one foot, even though he could do it with two, but he just likes it better with one. And he's at the end of it, he's like, I fucking hate playing that song.
This is something we talked about literally like last night when we were at practice, because we're deciding on like a really strong set list for when we eventually get the chance to go out and play again. And we debated for a while, and I was pretty adamant about putting it at the very end, even though I know.
But Nate's like,
I like it like third.
Yeah,
I'm warmed up.
But I was like, it's a popular one. It's a banger. So why don't we just play it last and give people what they want?
Holden wants to tease everybody. Let's just go.
All right, so we're going to move forward to the third track, Wendigo. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Wendigo, yeah.
He came up with all these goofy names.
Wendigo.
We didn't. They're all. I think Wendigo.
Wales to China.
Yeah. No, they're not goofy, but he came at the last minute. We had like all our song titles had like stupid names.
They just had working titles.
Yeah, they're working titles. Like we're like Long Song was the one we're talking about.
Yeah.
What we're talking about now. We called it Long. No. We called this one Wild Bill.
Oh, you're right. This one was Wild
Our
Bill.
friends came up with this. My first name is William. They came up with this dumb name, and they call me Wild Bill when I'm drunk. It's stupid, but we called it that forever. And we're like, Holden's like, I don't really want to call it that. And I was like, okay. And then we had to like name. He named all these other ones, and now we can't remember the names of the songs.
We don't know the names of any
other than the working
except
titles.
For me.
I don't know any of the names or the lyrics.
Yeah, we'll be at practice. Me and Nate are like the song, right? They're like, yeah, it's that's the only way you can remember.
It goes
song.
like
Yeah.
That's one thing, even getting into interviewing some bands, I was kind of taken by surprise at how, I thought like everybody would know, music theory and et cetera, and a lot of people just go off feel, they go off sound, and they've been that way their entire life.
Yeah. That's how I seriously.
I envy those kind of people.
He's definitely like a little bit more classically trained than me and Nate, but me and Nate have been playing together since we were like 13, and like he didn't even have a drum set when we first met, but he just like could play drums, and he got a drum set and just could play drums. And same with me when I got guitar, like I just picked it up and just learned stupid shit. Now I can kind of play guitar, and I like playing a band. So
you can almost say that he was innate. He had an innate ability for the drums.
Yeah. But woo!
where he needs kit to make that sick drum roll.
That would
Can
be
you
nice.
add that in post? Can you add that in post?
That in, please.
Of course, I'm going to talk to the producer. I'm sure, believe me, he's going to hear it. He's done that to me every once in a while.
My people will talk to your people.
Yeah, I'll get you a verified lawyer-checked sound clip.
Yeah, of course. But until that time, here, just take my card, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. With Wendigo, we got this. I got this like kind of straight up raging track with some melody to it, and also almost like a preacher style of vocal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of, I don't know, we got creative with
that. That definitely wasn't like the intention when we were writing that song and recording that song, but it did kind of take that vibe on, like that. People were definitely saying that. It was like a chant or like an old hymn or something like that.
Yes, indeed. Do you think that draws? Because I just in reading, you guys are a little bit of fans of some outlaw country, some folklore stuff.
Oh yeah.
Does that play into your tracks at all?
I mean, I guess on accident.
It does. It's just like happy accidents, I feel.
Yeah, it's a lot of like, because I don't know, we kind of wanted to, for that song, Holden came to us with a handful of those riffs for that song. Yeah. But he was like, when he was talking to me about vocals, because sometimes we'll like kind of discuss what we want to do and how it can help and stuff. So he came to me and was, because we like All the Witches a lot, and there's a lot of songs where they kind of do like a talk singing type deal, and we tried to go for that, and then it just kind of came out a little more aggressive.
Like within the 2 months before recording, the songs changed a lot as we were kind of editing and refining. And,
we were pulling stuff out of our ass.
Yeah, it was, there's a lot of happy accidents, and then like Ben actually, you know. I mean, there'd be times where he, especially with vocals, not quite as much the music per se, like the instruments, because that's our main focus. But as far as vocals go, me and Holden both were kind of like, oh, what do we do for this part kind of thing? And Ben definitely helped us out a little bit on certain parts, but it kind of just turned into its own animal.
And going back even to what you said, like with the outlaw country influence, I think on that song, because that's the song that we have the slide solo on. Yeah, I think that kind of seeps in there with that for sure.
And even now, compared to the album, the songs on the album have still kind of morphed after we had the recording.
Yeah, they even
to where I mean, the album's great, but if you come see us live, we're gonna get down. Like it's gonna be,
you're gonna poo your pants.
In the past few years, we have heard a lot from a label in the southwestern region of the United States, with bands like Abysm, Book of Worms, Breath, Cortege, Grim Earth, L'Uomo Nero, Nebula Drag, Penitent Man, Fog, Red Mesa, Stone Machine Electric, the Growl Brothers, the Horn God, the Misery Men, and the Deadbolt Breaks. Also, compilations like Women of Doom, and the split between Lord Buffalo and Pale Horse Pale Rider. And now they have 2 new artists on the roster, Benny Benedeadly and Spliff Ripper. We have Desert Records, the label that focuses on desert, heavy psych, doom, experimental, and stoner rock. With over 15 releases lined up, this DIY label will be introducing the world to new bands and new material from classic desert rock bands. And now, Desert Records has a tiered subscription service. You will receive all of the past releases digitally. You will also receive all of the new material as it is released, and you will also have access to subscriber-only messages and 20% off of merchandise. All of that for just $36 a year. They also have a CD tier available where you get all of that plus 3 CDs at sign-up. And hey, all you vinyl fanatics out there, they didn't forget about you. For the LP tier, you will get all of the digital releases and an LP at sign-up for just $60 a year. So it's obvious. It's time to enter the desert. Yeah, I'm thinking like, how about a concert diaper? Just so you don't have to.
Doom Tomb / Shepherd diapers.
The Doom diaper. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to
Doom
go.
diaper.
The Doom diaper. Oh my God.
When life is at its bleakest, reach for the Doom diaper.
The amps are so loud in that verse. Doom diaper.
You have to tune low and push slow.
Oh my God.
Why strain yourself? Why hurt yourself? Just take it easy. It'll be done eventually. Just
then you can watch. Then you could watch the whole set because every Doom band set is too long and too slow. So you're like, man, I have to shit so bad.
I'm so glad I got this diaper on.
Yeah.
So let's move on to Vestigial. We've got a bit of an intro to kind of set the mood. Any reason why you chose an instrumental?
Because it's too sick to put vocals on. I think that's why.
It's just too cool.
Well, and it just has such a like interlude feel where you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, that song was called Interlude before.
Yeah, before that name came about, literally before we were done recording, that song was called Interlude.
The names do have meaning. It's not just nonsense.
Yeah, for the record, it's well thought out.
You can dive into the subtext if you want.
Yeah, we like to be like super mysterious, so we don't say. Oh,
we're very mysterious people.
But I'm just kidding. But but I don't know. It's just like we're a 3-piece, so it's like, fuck it. We can get away with having one song with instrumental and just build off our own instruments because we're all stupid idiot gear junkies. So we can make noise and do it live. Just a little bit more garlic powder.
A little more
added features.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Vestigial 2.0.
Going with the garlic powder, really. I appreciate the garlic powder.
Big fan.
I was almost thinking like a Trader Joe's chili lime, just to get a hint, a taste of spice.
Like chili flakes.
Shout out chili lime. Shout out garlic powder.
Shout out lemon pepper.
Shout out lemon. That's a sleeper. Not a lot of people use that.
Lemon pepper's a sleeper.
Lemon pepper's a sleeper. It's really good.
Okay, so one quick thing, Austin, because I just want to go back a little bit. You kept talking about Ben, and I just want to say Ben, he's with Juggernaut Audio, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
he's the head of Destrument Records as well.
Yeah, yes. We're his first poster boys.
Interesting.
We're his flagship band.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
good idea. Bad idea.
As we're going along, what was it like working with Ben? I know you were talking about one of the previous tracks, saying that he gave his input. Is he more upfront? Does he lay back? Was there any time you guys might have butt heads for a little bit?
So never really. I don't think we ever butt heads, but he is upfront. We have a vision, but he also sees a vision within what he's doing,
which also kind of helped us.
Which gives us. He had great feedback,
a lot of added motivation,
helping to morph motivation. He sees something I don't even see in myself, and I love it though. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's definitely. It was interesting because we. Super quick backstory. We literally were looking around for studios because we were like kind of playing shows here and there. We're like, let's like get a legit recording. Like our dream was to have our record on vinyl or something, and then we went to one other studio, not going to say the name, and then we went to his studio because I was like, we should check out this guy, and we hit him up. We got in our car and I was like, we're going with this guy just because the way he talked about everything and how much he gave a shit about everything.
Sold himself and sold us on.
He was nitpicky and like
he's about perfection to almost insanity.
Yeah. And he kind of had, I don't know, just like when he talked to somebody, it felt like he had the same vision. But I don't know, we just then he came at us and was like, oh, you'll start a record label, you guys want to be on it? And we're like, what the fuck? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we went into it going, how much? Cool. I would love to record with you. We'll pay this.
Yeah.
And then by the time we finished, he said, hey, I'm starting a record label. Pro bono, let's do this.
And we were like, yas, please.
As soon as he was like, we'll record you for free, we were like, hey, okay.
Solid.
I mean, not for free for now.
Full cent. Let's go, baby.
But
nothing's ever free.
He's definitely put our foot in the door with a lot of stuff.
He definitely is a good guy to work with. He's not.
No bullshit.
Yeah, no bullshit guy. But he's also he's not a dickhead either. He's a very
he keeps it real. He keeps it real, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, we're all in it together too. So it's kind of a.
Persephone is the next track. We got that chugging riff at the 225 mark, which slows down a little bit, preparing for that, just that kind of that rhythmic, that slow headbang.
That song's my favorite.
I think it's maybe all of our favorites too.
I don't know. It's more my favorite. Not so much.
I like it more than everybody else.
I like it more than everybody else. I don't know. I was just stoked on that song because once again, you're talking to me. Because once again, stop. Shut the fuck up. Once again, Holden came with like a really sick riff, and we built off this song. And God, literally, like after we wrote it, I was like, "This is sick," because we really like Typo Negative, and I was like,
Kinda sounds like
it has like a real typo negative vibe, and that's why I just kept pushing that the whole time. That's why that song's my favorite for sure.
All right.
We're not vampires, but we appreciate vampire culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to move forward to the last track here. We got the West. We got the big drum open. And for me, this is like we're riding out the end of the storm here.
I think the way that one's placed and where it's at on the album, that was just a really good spot to put it in, just because
it's a great ender.
Yeah, it's got that drone at the end that kind of makes it, and that little feedback too, where it kind of wisps away.
It's kind of like the beginning. You enter the stormy cloud, and this kind of lets you exit the stormy cloud.
You're like exiting like a super spooky cave. And it's like super spooky, but then you see like the light at the end of the tunnel.
And you're like the eye of the storm, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, that's great. You know what? This is great.
Yeah.
I experienced tranquility.
As far as the song goes, I think that was just it's a good song to kind of wrap things up, because it's almost like a reprieve, or like a relief from all the craziness and all the heaviness from the rest of the album. But still gives you like a gut punch, and still gives you like a lot to hear, and it's like some emphasis, you know.
Absolutely. Now, thank you, gentlemen, for going through all of the tracks. And
Absolutely.
For a second, I just want to discuss the cover art. What can you tell me about it? And I don't know if I don't see anywhere who did the artwork. I'm looking.
This guy,
This
right?
motherfucker right here.
Oh, no kidding. All right.
Yeah.
So we also had help. The lead singer, Primitive Man, he helped the graphic design, but Holden drew.
Well, he did the
Reflection.
the pull out on the vinyl.
Right.
He put the track sheet, list sheet out on the vinyl.
Uh-huh.
But no, the album artwork was something that it was an original drawing of mine, like the hands that you see in it or whatever.
Yes.
It was an original drawing of mine, and I kind of had this idea where we would like mirror that and kind of make it like square, like rectangular, and make it like a lot bigger and mirror it over itself. And then I knew it had to have some kind of color to make it flashy and interesting. And I took that original drawing and I scanned it at the fucking FedEx shop. And then I got back to my laptop and I was starting to look at it and just started to figure out how to do like graphic design and like develop this digital image or whatever.
We're self-made.
We're high tech.
I had to learn a brand new like graphic design application in like the span of a week and a half, because Ben was like, we got like a deadline, like you need to figure this shit out like right now. So I was like, okay. So I spent literally like every waking hour of free time that I had just trying to figure this thing out, and I was really happy with the outcome. I think it looks really great, and there's just a lot of my original drawings on there, and it feels good to have their trust to put that.
We decided on the colors,
album.
so you can't take all the credit.
Yeah, I did a lot of color alteration, but the penmanship.
I'm looking at it right now. I got it. And I see that there is a limited edition color vinyl. How long before you think it's going to go out to the public?
Pre-orders are live. Currently, right now, it's about a week. We're trying to get some mailers.
The little boxes you got to put them in. But if you order it, you're going to get it pretty soon. And I know we've had a lot of people have been waiting on this.
I'd say give it a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
She's showing up at your door.
Yeah, you're going to have it hot off the press.
Unless you want a personal delivery from the band themselves.
If you live in Colorado, I'm not driving to fucking Texas.
Yeah, I'm assuming it would just be for like the Denver area.
Yeah.
We're heading down to Texas anyway. So.
I mean, we'll go pretty far, but
you ain't going nowhere.
When Austin was saying that Austin and Nate, they've been together in, playing different iterations of bands. How did you get the start? How'd you connect with these two guys, and what were maybe some previous bands that you've been in?
Well, I mean, he was homeless, and we found him on the street.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
We took him in.
Okay.
Whatever, dude.
And we reformed him, shaped him up, and he ended up being really awesome at bass.
No. Me and Holden had an advisement class together, and he was a freshman, and I was a sophomore. And he came in, and I remember we looked each other in the eye, and he had the prettiest eyes, I swear to God.
They do sparkle.
And, they put us
It's
together.
like a Twilight scene.
We had weird mutual friends for a long time, and then I don't know. It was like a year after we graduated, and I just hit him up out of nowhere because we were in a band together a couple years back.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Who the fuck are we gonna get to play bass?" And
One Man Gun Club.
Yeah, it was called
One Man Gun Club. Shout out. That's
Shout out
where
to,
all of us were before this. Yeah.
It didn't really go very far.
Yeah. Oh man, I can almost feel the magic that happened that day.
He was really cute. He has
I used to be a lot cuter. That's a fact.
He's a stud muffin.
Pretty
now.
shot out right now, but
he's the most shot out 27-year-old I've ever seen.
he looks 35 minimum.
Whatever, you look like you're 53 on a good day.
Rock hard.
Bands in the area, or maybe something that you've been turned on to that's new. What are you guys listening to right now?
We're really big fans of Torch. I listen to Torch a lot. There's this band. I wouldn't even say they're like obscure, but like I like a lot of like sludge metal stuff, but and I like black metal too. But there's this band.
Lord Mantis.
There's this band called Lord Mantis, and it's like the coolest thing I've heard in my entire life. They're probably one of my favorite bands like ever. And Mastodon.
I've been on a
Deftones
lot of Def and Car Bomb, if you know Car Bomb.
Okay.
Fucking awesome, dude. It's like a Meshuggah Deftones mix.
Oh,
What
really?
else? Do you listen?
Yeah, no, it fucking they fucking kick.
That's stupid.
That and a bunch of random shit, dude.
Probably.
No, like
Don't
get me started on the Ethiopian jazz.
It's my turn.
Shit.
Oh,
Dude,
we've been getting into
on
Ethiopian jazz too. We like some of that stuff too.
Hailu Merjeri.
And then I'm done.
Yep, Queens, baby.
But as far as recent music, definitely All Them Witches. That last one they came out with was a big one for me.
Support any band you can. Buy their merch.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So to summarize, if I could, gentlemen, what I think you're trying to get at is DIY or fucking die.
Yes, exactly.
you know what?
DIY.
I'll cheers to that,
Cheers.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Thank you, Chris.
Boom.
I also want to say before you're done, I really appreciate your support and having us on. That we're goofy as shit, but I appreciate everything, man. It means a lot to us to be on here.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. Have a great night, and we'll talk really soon. Take care.
You too, man.
Thank you to all of the members of Shepherd for giving us their time. Let's hear a track from Firsthand. What are we going to pick here? Let's see. How about track number 2? This is Chariot.
Where
This show has been produced and edited by Ian from No Masters Audio. Go hit him up. Find him on Instagram. The link is in the show notes. As well as everything for the Doom Tomb podcast, everything for Cranium Radio, the band Shepherd, and even the other podcasts to listen to. Blynd Submyshynnz, the Jamspace podcast, the Fuzzy Underground, and the Stoner Witch Sessions. You are not going to want to miss any of them. They all have such killer material. Hit them up and tell them what you think. doomtombpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to do an interview, you need a review, you have a submission, hit us up. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Until that next time, meantime, and in between time, stay healthy, stay happy, support your bands, reach out to your friends, and don't forget to stay heavy.